common question that I get asked by folks who are developing secure attachment is, if I have trauma and my body is getting triggered and telling me that I am in danger, when in reality there is no real threat, how will I be able to know the difference between when there is a real threat or just a perceived threat? Ultimately, what this question really means is, how can I trust my body? Which really comes down to, how can I trust myself? And when we're talking about secure attachment, trusting yourself is literally everything. Without self-trust, there is no secure attachment. Secure attachment ultimately starts with yourself. If you want to have secure attachment with another human being, both of you individually will need to trust yourselves in order to feel secure together. It starts with feeling secure in yourself first. So, if you're trying to develop secure attachment, the question of, can I trust my body, is actually not the question that's going to help you get there. That question is actually rooted in patriarchal oppression, especially if you are a person who has been socially conditioned as female, because what happens to people who are perceived as female is that their bodily experience gets doubted or their inner experience gets overridden by what the man will say and tell you what your experience is. So the way to develop secure attachment is not to doubt what your body is communicating to you, but to honor what your body is communicating to you. And whether or not there is a perceived threat or a real threat, the ultimate goal is to communicate to your body that you are safe. So instead of doubting yourself and putting your energy into questioning whether or not can you trust what your body's communicating, the practice here is to listen to your body. Your body is a sovereign entity. Your body has its own consciousness that is separate from your mind's consciousness. So the practice here is to sync up your brain's consciousness and your body's consciousness so they can communicate and ultimately come back to safety. The way to come back to safety is to regulate your nervous system. And if you need to develop the tools and the skills to regulate your nervous system, I offer energy healings every third Saturday of the month on Zoom. For 3 hours, we'll do a series of somatic practices that hopefully you can repeat and repeat and repeat and develop them as a skill. So when you're not on Zoom and when you're in the real world and your nervous system gets dysregulated, you can fall back on these tools that you have practiced and come back to center. And if you need additional support in learning how to trust yourself and develop the skills and the tools to really be attuned to your inner experience so you can advocate for your needs, you can book a curiosity call on my website and see if we are a good match for each other to do one-on-one relationship coaching where I can help you develop secure attachment. You don't develop secure attachment overnight, and in my experience, it's actually like this fluid state that I'm like switching in and out of all the time. So please be gentle with yourself. Do not rush the process because I guarantee you are going to burn out. Rushing is unsustainable. Change happens step by step, planting one seed at a time. You've got this, babe. Don't sweat it.